Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Manzo again. Just gonna read some more of the book Sea Dog for us. Let's see, we left off where we have the man who the dog originally belongs to. He's telling his story about what happened, how he ended up with the little puppy. And yeah, let's just keep going. 7 and 8 today. All right. I leaned over so far my fingers touched the water. I leaned so far I almost fell overboard. The driftwood bumped against Lady Tia's shiny white hull. It bobbed up and down. It drifted close to my hands. Aha! I scooped it out of the water. It was a huge clump of dripping wet seaweed. I laid it on deck and lifted handfuls of seaweed. I tossed the seaweed overboard. Underneath was a wide, flat board. On the board was a very tiny, very wet puppy. The puppy's eyes were closed tight. The tip of her little pink tongue hung out of her mouth. The puppy didn't move. "Oh, puppy," I said, "I am so sorry. I should have never left you alone. I should have never let you fall overboard." Very gently, I picked up the puppy. I put her on my lap and rubbed her tummy. Water trickled from her mouth. She shivered. This was a good sign and a bad sign. It meant the pup was still alive, but she was very cold. I needed to warm her quickly. So I took off my wool sweater. I rubbed the pup all over. Then I tucked her inside my shirt. She snuggled against my stomach. "Ugh," I said to the cold, wet pup. "You are as cold as the sea." I was cold, too. So I put on my damp wool sweater. I turned Lady Tia around. "Please live," I whispered to the pup. "I'll take you home and warm you up." The pup snuggled close, wet and cold, shivering. As soon as I tied up Lady Tia, I walked along the dock. With both hands, I clutched that cold little lump against my stomach. "We're almost back to my car," I whispered. "I'll turn on the heater and you'll soon be warm." A woman on the dock gave me a strange look. "Hey, Cap'n Bill," she said. "Why are you talking to your stomach?" "I need to hurry home," I told her. I walked across the parking lot. My sweater was wet. I smelled like seaweed. "We're here," I whispered. A man in the parking lot gave me a strange look. "Hey, Cap'n Bill," he said. "Why is your stomach moving?" "I need to hurry home," I told him. On the way home, that little wet bundle lay very still. "Please live," I whispered. "I promise to take good care of you." At home, I lifted my sweater. I untucked my shirt. I pulled out the little black bundle. The pup shivered. I phoned the vet. She told me what to do. I laid the pup on a hot water bottle. I wrapped warm towels around her. I held her on my lap. Then I heard a strange sound. "Is that your rumbly tummy?" I warmed some milk, but she wouldn't drink. Then I had an idea. I carried the pup to the house next door. A big family lives there. "Hi, Bill," the mother said. "Do you have a baby bottle?" I asked. "What a cute little pup," she said. "Does it have a name?" I thought for a minute. "I think I'll call her Otter, because she oughter have drowned." Otter liked the baby bottle. She sucked and swallowed, sucked and swallowed. She drank all the milk. Then she yawned and went to sleep. That night, Otter curled up on my bed. She slept under my blanket, warm and safe. Chapter 8. For 2 days, Otter slept most of the time. On the third day, she woke up bursting with energy. She wrestled with my hand. She chewed on my fingers with her little puppy teeth. She ran around in circles, round and round and round. The next day, I took her to the beach. Otter ran straight for the water. She splashed into the cold sea. She started to swim away. "Otter," I called, "come back here." Otter turned around. She swam and ducked underwater. At last, she swam back to shore. I scooped her up. "Otter is a good name for you," I said. "You swim like an otter." Otter grew. She drank milk and grew plump. She ate puppy food and grew bigger. Every time I took her to the beach, she went swimming. One day, we went to a pet store. I bought a bright orange life jacket. Then I bought a cardboard sign and a black felt pen. I carried Otter along the dock. Lady Tia bobbed gently in at her mooring. I stepped aboard. I tied one end of the rope to Otter's life jacket. I tied the other end to a cleat on Lady Tia's deck. "This will keep you safe," I said. I sat the chubby puppy on a seat. I picked up a sign. I wrote my phone number on it. I taped the sign to Lady Tia's window. The sign said, "For sale." A sea wind ruffled my hair. The smell of salt water tickled my nostrils. My heart felt heavy. I would miss Lady Tia. I looked at the seat where Otter be. My heart did a flip-flop. She was gone. "Otter!" I cried. Then I remembered the rope. It snaked along the seat. It climbed up to the deck above the cabin. It trailed across the deck to the mast. A tiny black tail, no bigger than my finger, poked out behind the mast. It wagged as fast as a hummingbird's wing. I climbed up to the mast. I looked down at the pup. Her little black nose pointed toward the sea. Salty wind blew her ears back. Her mouth opened in a puppy smile. Her little body shook with excitement. "So you want to go sailing, do you, Otter?" I asked. "Well, I guess it won't hurt. We'll take Lady Tia on one last sail. But mind you, don't fall overboard. If you do, you'll never get near a boat again." Otter sat on the seat. She watched me untie the boat. She watched Lady Tia slide through the gap. Her little pink tongue hung out. She watched the sails go up. Her head twisted to one side. Wind filled the sails. Lady Tia heeled to one side. Water gurgled behind her stern. Lady Tia pranced into the waves. A warm little body snuggled up beside me. Otter sat up straight. Her nose pointed into the wind. I patted the top of her head. Her tail wagged. "You're a real little sea dog," I said. Soft sea spray touched my cheeks. Green and white waves tumbled one over one another. I smiled as we headed out to sea. That evening, the wind dropped into a gentle breeze. The waves smoothed into a rippled sea. I steered Lady Tia toward the harbor. Otter watched me light my pipe. Her head turned to one side. She watched me clutch it between my teeth. Her little pink tongue hung out. She jumped to the floor. She sniffed at a stick of driftwood. It had been there since I pulled Otter from the sea. She picked up the stick. She climbed back to the seat. She sat close beside me. Otter chewed on her stick. I puffed on my pipe. Lady Tia sailed gently with the wind. When we got back to the marina, I took the "for sale" sign down. Okay, so that was the 2 chapters, 7 and 8. So we can see that he changed his mind about selling the ship because he realized how fun it was to sail with little Otter. So I wonder what our main character, the little boy who found the dog, is going to say after he finishes this story. It seems like he might keep going with it, though, in chapter 9. So, hope everyone's doing well, and thanks for listening. Hope to hear from you soon.